All right. Fairly mellow. I don't know what you guys are still doing that. Go to sleep. I thought for sure. I was just going to just build some content. All right. So we are Munchies. This is Munchies with Max. Whoop, whoop. Okay. I am Max. We are Max Fit USA and CrossFit Costa. Okay, I should have. I'm all confused. I'm hearing an echo. I don't have mic. It's late. You guys are still up. I'm confused. All right. So here we go. Let me try this on this side. So I should have been on this. Okay. So let's try that over here. Why does it have CPAS tomorrow? Okay. This is what I wanted to do. Okay. Midnight Munchies with Max. Okay. We are Max Fit USA. You get that? CrossFit Costa Mesa. Follow us at. Okay. Okay. I'm digging it. Max I am. Maximilian Mormont. Okay. Oh, Instagram handle. Yeah, hit this hermit coach up. He's aggressive one. Okay. Mikey wins. Not here at all. But hit him up. He's got a lot of good information. Whew. I got rid of my echo and I feel a lot better. The echo is killing me. So, training 5 days a week in a row. Is it good for you or is it bad for you? It's not good for you. I once trained 365 days straight, and my focus was specifically to see what it was like to train through 1 year. I was on a really good kind of a bodybuilding kick, calisthenics kick, and I wanted to know what it was like and what would be the commitment to train that amount, right? To train 365 days straight, see if I could do it, see if I could find the commitment. I put it together. I logged it. So I don't know. I always, when I say that, people are always like, yeah, okay. I don't know what that means. I have it in a book, 365 pages. And I've learned a few things from it. I learned a lot of good things. I learned a lot of bad things. From there, I was able to set up other ways that I wanted to train. And then as I developed my strength, I understood what that kind of correlation was with the 365 days that I trained. I feel like the fact that I had no real emphasis on performance, the 365 days was easy because the variance of the exercises, the things I was doing could change every single day. And if I was putting forth an hour of training, it was basically equivalent or equal to any type of workout. So 90 minutes of yoga, some HIIT, higher interval training, whatever it was that I wanted to do, I could end up doing it and then take credit for it inside of that hour or 90 minutes that I had planned to achieve that day for 365 days. So the variance really helped me out. And then changing it a lot really taught me that you can get a lot done if you consistently change it. And you can get in really good shape by doing so. So when I obviously came across CrossFit, it just was like, oh my God. And then you gave me value and then it was quantifiable. And also too, like I've been hitting up Mike this whole time. hit him up. It's a quantitative value. So I really kind of was drawn to that. But in this process of the 365 days, I didn't have that. So there was more bodybuilding, more like extra reps, flexibility, range of motion, those type of things. So training every day didn't really affect me that much. Now, when I started getting into more performance-based training, I could tell that I needed rest days. I needed things to be able to develop my strength, my power, my overall ability for athleticism. So I do know that in that process, I got really good at exercising, or what I say recovering. I got really good at recovering because I just could train every day. I felt good. I didn't feel like I was pushing myself to getting super sore. Every once in a while, I'd get a little sore. But it was an interesting process. But I also felt real flat. I didn't feel like obviously my mile time was getting any faster. I didn't feel like I was. I might be able to push out a few more reps here or there, but I didn't really feel like it was. I was getting like a huge amount of gains from my training. I was getting a lot of experience and I was doing a lot of things, and I was showing that I had a lot of mental fortitude. And if you wanted it, you would find a way to do it. There's always time in a day. I remember I started doing the math of the week, how many minutes are in the week, how many hours are in the week. And then I was like, well, shit, if this percentage of the week was dedicated to training, I obviously should be able to do that every single day. And through that process, I realized that and I hate using this one, but I learned it and I see it. So I know it's true that you can't out train a bad diet. You can train real well, but if you eat pretty crappy and you don't want to actually clean that up to get rid of some of that fat, you're always going to have some type of problem. And then the same thing with like, yes, not sleeping or resting or not allowing yourself to get that actual rest is going to hinder your ability to get in great shape. So going back to this 5 days a week, it is very, very possible, but it's not to say that you're going to get the best results. And if your goal is to work out, then great, 5 days straight will work great. If you got a good diet, you'll get great results from the diet, not necessarily the training. But you also got to be aware of your body, right? So what I mean by that is you have to get this idea that humans adapt really well. We adapt extremely well. We're resilient. We're very, very, very adaptable. And the more and more you push us, the more and more we adapt. The issue, though, is that we are prone to injury and we are prone to getting sick. So we're sickly. I always tell people that I'm a kind of a sickly, nerdy kid. I just ended up pretty strong and a little bit bigger than most. So you gotta be able to listen to yourself and listen to those two things. I'm adapting to something and I have to understand if I'm close to injury or I'm feeling ran down and I'm going to get sick. And if I can start to realize that, then 5 days a week, I'm just understanding why I'm doing it, not necessarily that I'm going to get the best results from it. Then last thing here is changing the actual time of day when you're training could buy you some extra rest. So if I train Monday at noon and then I train Tuesday in the night at 7 p.m., I basically bought myself a day and a little bit more of rest. So things like that you can mess around with. Now, if you come at night and then come in the morning, that could be like a little bit rough because you're compiling the hours together. And then if you come back around and then you give yourself a full almost day and a half to get back on the other side, it's going to be nice. But you definitely will create a lot of wear and tear on your body if you're not careful, mostly because you're not giving yourself a mental break. And so one thing inside that 365 days that I started realizing that I was becoming kind of a narcissist. I was really, it almost became a situation where I was addicted to training. I was addicted to it. And it's a weird thing when you tell somebody like, oh, hey man, I'm at 265 days of training straight. And people look at you like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, yeah, I get it. And I really, really learned that I wasn't getting better. And so that's why I keep people away from the 5 days a week. And I try to tell them that psychologically, you might turn into a basket case. Recovery and performance will kind of diminish, they go hand in hand. So like if I'm not really allowing my body to truly recover, if I'm not letting my brain and my actual being recover, I'm going to have issues. I'm going to burn out. I'm going to break down. And even if you're going to go out of town later on, you still got to understand that training too much like in a row at a very high intensity is going to bite you in the ass. As long as you can realize that and have those real conversations with yourself, you're fine. You're fine. So let's see here. Okay. Whew. So ask Coach Max, how do you train around injury? Speaking of injury. This is an easy question to answer. Very, very hard thing to execute. I would say that because a lot of us can't wrap our head around understanding when we're injured, how not to bite ourselves, and then what that means. So the highest level athletes can learn how to train in and around injury, but not creating more injury. So they get injured, and let's say it's your upper body, let's say it's your shoulder, and then you still want to keep your leg strength and your torso strength up. So I can still squat, I can still do hack squat, but I can't put the bar on. So I got to figure out maybe another way to hold the bar, things of that nature. I might end up going to the Globo gym, doing leg press, you know, all kinds of stuff. You could figure out a way to still train lunges. You'll figure out a way to do it if you want it, right? But what you don't want to do is continuously aggravate the injury because you think you're doing something right. Like, oh, hey, you know, I'm going to work through it. It's no big deal. Yeah, I'm still going to work on it. You know, I'm going to still create more and more injury. So what I try to tell people is that you should give it like a 24 to 48 hour window. If you felt like it got injured, Johnny on the spot. Now you can get treatment on it. You can start attacking it. But again, that's not allowing it to recover. It's not allowing it to get the inflammation down. It's not giving it that time that it's needed. So if I address that and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give myself 1 to 2 days, maybe 3 days at the most, mentally, physically, let myself come down a little bit. Then I'm going to go get assessed. So I'm going to either assess myself, I'm going to get a professional to assess me, I'm going to go to like Curem, I'm going to go somewhere where I know that I can get a good reading, I can get a good understanding of somewhat what's happening, and at least give me a peace of mind. Then I'm going to use that data and I'm going to start attacking it. And the way I'm going to attack it is I'm going to attack it through soft tissue and treatment. So either like cupping, ultrasound, stem, Graston, trigger point. You don't want it, we don't got it, right? So you're gonna attack it, and you're gonna start doing PT. You're gonna do PT 3 times a week. I'm not a big fan of like 5 times a week, obviously what we just talked about, but 3 times a week. I also really like 1 time through like recommended PT, whatever your specialist is giving you, whatever your PT doc is giving you, or whatever you chose to do to rehab. I like that for 1 set, not a lot of sets, as a warm-up. So doing like our class warm-up, but also too adding in activation or whatever that's making you feel good at the end of your workout when you're doing your PT actual work. So I like putting it in as pre-work too, to kind of warm up with. And I think of this course of 7 to 14 days of not feeling a bite. So anything that I do, even putting my hand on a bar, if I feel it bite, I don't want to do it. Nothing can bite it. Then after that, I'm going to go through a process of 14 to 28 days of trying not to aggravate it. But if I do, it should just get a little zinger and then go away. It doesn't stay. It doesn't linger. It's not worse than what it was before. It's just a quick little like, oh stretch. And then it goes away, or like, oof. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So understanding those type of things, then I can really start developing my ability to train through injury, around it, not necessarily through it. Right. But you can still go through your injury the whole time training. And then if you think about this process of 42, 30 days, 45 days, If you're not really getting a lot of relief after 30 days, I highly recommend that you go to the doctor. You tell them that, you know, I've already been doing PT for four weeks, 3 times a week. That's, you know, I've done 12 to 18 sessions, whatever you got up to. And then at the same time, I'm ready for my x-rays and my MRIs. I get it that it might not be seen in my x-rays, but I know the process. So let's go ahead. Let's get it going. So then I get that peace of mind back, and that will help me even further. And I should be feeling some relief in 30 to 45 days. And then in about 3 months, it will go away. And a lot of people don't realize that an injury or a bite or some type of pain that you really, really want to go away might take up to 3 to 4 months before suddenly it's not in your mind anymore. It might take up to 6 before it's like literally no longer a thought process. You're not thinking about avoiding it. It's not scaring you. It's not affecting you mentally or physically. It might take up to, and 3 months isn't really that long. It's only 12 weeks. 12 weeks. When you're talking normally, it should take up to about 12 to 16 weeks. So you just got to wrap your head around those type of things and be able to train. And if you can do that, then you start off weeks 2 and 3 at 35%. And then you go every week, let's say up 10%. So week 4, you got 45%. Week 5, you got 55. Week 6, you got 65. Week 7, you got 70, 75. And then, you know, you're at 80, 85. So within 11 weeks, you're already at 80 to 95%. And then at your 12th week, you're at 100%. So that's the idea. If you do it correctly too, you could double it up. So every week you repeat the percentage. So 30, 45, 45, 55, 55, 65, 75, 75, 85, 85. So you're still at 80 to 85% in 11 to 12 weeks. So it will work really well, and that will allow your body to catch back up to the strength. It won't allow you to diminish a lot of your ability, and it also gives your body ability to recover. A lot of people screw up and almost overtrain the other part of their body. So again, we're using the shoulder injury as an example. And next thing you know, they start overtraining their lower body, and that creates a knee injury. I know an athlete that injured, I think it was his knee or his hip, and then ended up blowing out his tricep or his pec because he couldn't stop training and was overtraining his upper body. So, okay. So you got to be patient. You got to understand there's a plan, and you got to work at it. You got to work at it. And it's boring. It is boring. But you start getting PRs again, so don't stress. All right. Let's get rid of this. Whew. Wednesday. Okay. So let's put that up here. And let's look at, oh, shoot. Híjole. All right. So we got, let's start off with 5 rounds, max rep strict press at 95 pounds, 65 pounds. This was Wednesday's workout. Strict pull-up. I do believe this was Fitness Plus. And oh, there we go. Oh, sorry. Esmeria. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. 5s. I got smashed by the press with 5s. Pull-ups, I could have done a little more, but I was just sore. Yeah, cute. English. Nice English. Chiquito. 6s. Randy, 5s and 6s. 7s. Tyler. Ethan. Very nice. Heiko. Good presses. Yeah, those streak presses were no joke. Very nice. Savannah. 5s and 3s. Amina. Nice. Ooh, start climbing up. 7s across the board. Ooh, that's nice. 7s and 5s. Good, Wesley. 61 reps. Sarah. 10s and 5s and 4s. Mary, 10 5s. Okay. 5s and 15s. Very good. Very nice, steady numbers. 8 and 7s. 5. So look at this. Always sandbagging, Emily. Always. Look at this going backwards. 8. Okay. 8, 7, 7, 7. Okay, I'm down with the strict press. But this strict pull-up, come on, man. No, poor girl. Poor girl, I'm always so hard on her. 5s up to 7. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Kelly. 8. That girl. Because really, like even like Kelly, like you see how she went 5, 5, 4, 4, and then a 5. That's the down's gonna give you a little rest. So 8, 7, 7, 7. So 5, 5, 5, 6, 7. All right. That's good. That's good. I had feeling good with those strict pull-ups, huh? Okay. The 115 press. This one, you ate me up. 9s. 5s and 10s. 10s and 6s. But were you straightening your elbows, Wells? I want to know. Good job, man. 10s on those presses. Woof. 8s and 7s. 5s and 5. Mikey. Dean. 7s. 5s. Mellow. He was like me. Taking it mellow. Taking it mellow. Feeling beat up from the week. 5s, 7s. Always beating me, Jillian. Lily. Same like me. 5s across the boards. Yeah. 5 and 3s and 4s. Sasha, that girl. 10 and 10s. You see? 3s and 10s. See? 5s. Okay. Good work. And what do we got here? Nathan. 10s. Where's like Max? And I feel like some people are gonna owe me burpees tomorrow. Kurt. I like this. 8. He got you with that 10 strategy. All right. Good deal. At least we know we got some burpees coming for some people for not logging. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. So let's see. Whew. It is tomorrow already. Oh my gosh. Go to bed, guys. Go to bed. All right. So I said, you got my snack here? I have. Pretty excited about my snack, actually. I have. Let's do this. I have some celery, so water with some nut. $190 calories, 7 grams of protein, 7 grams of carbs, 16 grams of fat. I never was into the linking of the ants on a log. Oh. I never got a lot of them when I was kids or something. But we had ravens at the house. Oh, I don't know. Did you guys have ants on a log? But so for this whole snack, it's only 200 calories with the 9 raisins and the peanut butter, 2 tablespoons. And then I got Orgain plant-based protein for the PM here. And it's also a little like thicker when it's in the box, so it's almost like more of a pudding style. Yeah, I was supposed to change it before I started talking. Gosh. Come on, coach. Okay. And this is 150. So 350 with the 2 of them together. 27 grams of protein and it's 12 grams of carbs and 20 grams of fat. So a lot of fat. Not too bad. Kind of filling. Oh. I don't think celery is ever really that filling. So. It's not that filling. All right. So, which in turn brings up my next situation here. My rant. Carbs. I like them. What are you going to do about it? I like carbs. I like eating them. They're good. I struggle with it. I struggle with not necessarily drinking like beer and stuff like that. I struggle with like snacking, especially like now I'm up, you know, I just want to snack on something, hanging out, doing work, like almost like tedious work. I'm reading, writing or something. So I want to snack almost maybe because like I'm conditioned with school type mentality. So I try to fight it. And this is my first week with really eliminating a lot of my carbs, eliminating a lot of my excess crap. And I'm already down 5 pounds. So the focus is to make sure that I go ahead and I continuously lose weight. I keep doing that by just fighting the struggle. So if I feel the struggle coming on, embrace it. And then in the beginning, I let myself cheat pretty aggressively, but I monitor the weight that I'm gaining back. So then I can kind of, it does beat me up a little bit. So like, oh, I lost 6 pounds and then I gained, or technically it was 7. And then I gained back 2 with my cheat on Wednesday. And then I know tomorrow I'll be lighter and then I'm going to cheat again. And then by the end of the week, I'll still be down 4 pounds. So it's still a good start to the week. But I still watch it at the end and end of every cheat day. So I know what that's looking like. So then when I really want to lock it in, I can start finding out what I can get away with and what I can't. But as of now, I have to actually get through the struggle. I don't really talk about it too much, but I do struggle with it greatly. Sometimes I wish I would have had like a head cam or something. And I just know that it's an internal problem. It's like almost like an addiction that I have for snacks. And I just have to tell myself no. And I have to listen to that voice that's saying, hey man, you don't need it. Not the voice that's saying that you're bored, that you need it. And there's different ways that you can kind of battle that. But all in all, I feel good. Stay away from the carbs if you're trying to. Don't beat yourself up. But just be aware of it. Be aware of it. I like the carbs. I'm a big fan of them. Big fan. All right. So tomorrow, it's today. It's not tomorrow. It's today. Zoom. What's weird? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. For some reason here. So, I don't think it's going to let me zoom any more than what it is. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can bump off on me. Tomorrow we got this 3 rounds, 4 time of muscle ups and air squats. Whoa. Muscle ups and air squats, 15 and 100. Remember, the goal here is to be able to do 1 muscle up every 10 seconds or 2 every 20 seconds. So that's 6 a minute. You want to try to develop that type of speed and be aware of that as you're moving into doubles and triples. So if you're still doing 3 and then resting 1, like using a whole minute versus doing 1 every 15 seconds, that means you would get 4 minutes. You would be better conditioned. The muscle up would get better and stronger, not deconditioned. So you just have to be aware of that. A lot of us decondition the muscle up by doing things like that. And then the other thing too is our scale version of this. It does this workout. Oh, wow. Hello. It's moving quick. Where did that go? So you go to a bar muscle up, and then you have 15 chest to bar pull-ups or 15 box dips or ring dips. And then from there, we can go 5 jump, swing, pull, drops, 10 jumping chest to bar pull-ups, 15 planche push-ups or bench dips, and then 100 air squats. Those are our subs for our pull-ups and our push-ups. We're going to have a 30-minute cap and a 3-minute rest. So that's a total of 26 minutes of work inside of the 30-minute cap. So be aware of that. You got to be pretty good and diligent about using your rests wisely and the speed of your squat, and get as much work as you can done on the muscle ups. It's not something where I'm like, oh, just work to get the volume. I want a little bit of both. Sometimes I find overworking the muscle up outside of the time cap can cause injury because it's just a long time, a lot of wear and tear. It is 45 muscle ups. It's a good one tomorrow. I'm excited. Okay. Thank you, guys. In closing, we are going to address Trend Thrashing Thursday. So I look at trends not in a negative way. So I'm not gonna thrash them. Like thrashing means good and bad. But the home gym is actually something. Obviously, right now it's super crucial, and then it's always been important to me, and it's been important to a lot of people that I know more because it's convenient. Even having a gym or being at a gym, it's sometimes easier to get another piece in or a second exercise, an extra workout in. And that's where having that home gym is very, very crucial. It's very, very convenient. It's a good thing to have, especially too if you have kids, because then it gives them kind of a place to be around as you're working out. You don't have to stress about being in an actual Globo gym or another gym. I've never been into someone that wants to take my kids to daycare. I want them to watch me or see me working out. I don't necessarily want them to be at the gym and doing that because that's not really fair to other people. They're not their kids. So that's why I normally have them at home and paying attention to what we're doing here. And I do know that nothing is like that convenience because I used to want to train and get a technique workout or a conditioning workout at 4:35 in the morning. And it got to the point where it was really hard for me to drive. And I actually fell asleep and I had a car accident while I was driving. Nothing bad. It just had a little like boink, a little touch. And it taught me that it was extremely important to have maybe something at my house to be able to do training or do what I needed to do. So I was a little more rested, a little more convenient. But if you are not self-motivated, if you're not connected and guided, then you have probably some type of disconnect, and guidance can come through either interaction. It could come from this interaction. It could come from actual going to a facility. So there's a lot of ways to get guidance. It could come from reading something. It could come from 1,000 different ways. But as long as you're getting guidance, as long as you're self-motivated, it is a really good thing, really cool thing to have. So I'm glad that this is a trend going on. I'm glad that with COVID in 2020 and what's happening, that this is something that we're doing and we're able to facilitate and we're able to help, and we're all very, very much connected. All right. I'm going to bed, Mike. This is it. We're done. We're done. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Good night. Good night.